It's Barbara. Oh, I did not sleep very well last night, so I decided to just do a quick live to say good morning. Got my haircut yesterday, but it still ends up looking like a mohawk in the morning, and I have to like zhuzh it. So this is not how Sue sent me home yesterday. Yep, I got my haircut and I worked on my blanket and I worked a little bit on my sweater. I actually crafted for quite a while yesterday and it felt good. It felt really good. It felt really good that I wanted to do that. And I ended up picking up my blanket because Dennis and I were talking, and it was just easier to just sit and work on my blanket. And that my blanket I'm finding much more, the word's escaping me, but enticing and making me just really want to keep doing it. You know, there's a word for that that I'm not finding. Partly because the rows feel so much more manageable. It's so weird. So anyway, when I showed it to you yesterday, I was just getting ready to start my 2 rows of bear, because I have 2 rows of bear and then 4 rows of color and then 2, and that's the pattern. So it's going to be striped, and it brings sort of a continuity to the blanket, having that shorter row of bear every 4 rows. 2 rows of bear. But anyway, I ended up crocheting 6 rows on that blanket, and part of it is because they're just more manageable. And, you can sit down and do it and say, oh, I have a few minutes, let me do this. And it's not like a big commitment to say, oh, let me finish the row. But then if you don't have anything else to do, you think, oh, well, maybe I could finish the 4 rows and do all the colors, and then I'll, Anyway, so I ended up doing a lot more in the blanket than I expected. But I was like, let me get to the end of this row so I can work on my sweater, which also made me smile because, that hasn't been my typical sort of mojo situation lately, and that made me really happy. So I am up early and ready to pick up my sweater and work on my sweater. I would like to get through that 59 rows that I have mapped out. Maybe even today, but if I do that, well, and I have 29 already, so it's only 30 rows. But if I do that, I will probably also have started the mosaic design around the chest of the sweater. I'm doing the Forest Park, which has the mosaic pattern. Because the mosaic starts 1 inch below the end of your raglan. My raglan is 10 inches. Oh, and I was going to ask Lisa, is that 10 inches on the diagonal along the raglan, or is it 10 inches from, sort of down your sweater? Because those aren't going to be exactly the same because of the angle. I don't know. I'll have to see. But anyway, the mosaic part starts 1 inch before you finish the raglan, and it's really weird. I guess it's just it just looks better that way. But the sleeves do not have any mosaic on them. It's just the raglan part. And I was reading ahead a little bit, and it said, oh, cut a length of yarn 5 times the distance around your arm and whatever. But I have so many skeins, I don't have to cut anything. I'll just pick up a new skein. Because since you're not working the mosaic, you'll have a row of the second color, and then you'll need to pick up the main color for the sleeve part. It sounds confusing. I think I have it straight in my mind, but I'm not sure. But I'm confident I have no problem with the finding yarn pieces that I can do my sleeves with. So anyway, I'd like to get that far. Maybe get down to where the mosaic starts. That's more likely than to finish. But anyway, that's my plan. I didn't do much yesterday. I ended up not going on the dog walk, and I did pick up a couple sticks, but I mean literally like 3. Dennis, when I got home from, I went to the store. When I got home from my hair and the groceries, he was mowing already in the front. And I said, I was going to pick sticks. He said, well, they cleaned up the front yard pretty good, and I didn't have to pick sticks. But there was a Widowmaker out in the yard, and I went and got that and picked up a couple more sticks. But that was it. Then I could just crochet and knit and hang out with Dennis and talk. And that was nice. It was a nice day, but I did not sleep last night. I do not know why. I guess I need to start keeping my diary thing again. For a long time, I was keeping a journal. I was tracking my weight carefully, which I'm not doing anymore, which is not good. I was tracking a little bit what I was eating, and I was keeping track a little bit of my sleep. And, I'm not very good about remembering timings and things like that without writing it down, Even things that come regularly. Back in the olden days, I never knew when my period was coming. I didn't keep track, and I didn't keep track of it in my mind. And I just don't hold that kind of stuff in my mind. So I don't remember if does my not sleeping track the phases of the moon, or maybe I still have some hormone thing going on, or I don't know what. So, yeah. Maybe I should try to keep track of stuff for a month and see if I can see any pattern. I did back in the olden days when I was on Weight Watchers. I did have a week where I could lose weight. And now I always assumed that tracked with my hormones, but there was one week that if I really was really strict, I could really lose weight. And wow, I have this weird guy on my channel, and I wonder if there's that was horrible. Yeah. I'm playing this tiny little channel. I don't know why a troll would even be here. I guess they just go through whoever's live and just go and whatever. I tried to report him, but I think he was gone. I know, isn't that horrible? Don't look at the comments if you're watching this later. Don't look at the comments, and I'll see if I can. I don't even know, because half the time I can't even see those comments until like the next day. So I just had a horrible troll come up and say horrible things on my channel while I was talking. Oh my God. I don't understand people. I don't understand people. Anyway, don't look at the comments. Don't say anything more that you want people to see, those of you who are on, because I'm telling people don't look at the comments, and I'll see if I can figure out a way to just delete them all. That was horrifying. I don't know very much about how to do this. Anyway, I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, there was always a week in the month that I could really lose weight if I tried really hard. So, and I did find, but I was on Weight Watchers for a really long time. So I finally figured out that, whatever, rhythm. So, I have those rhythms, and apparently and maybe I have one with my sleep. It could just be random. I don't know, because I'm not able to like like last night before I went to bed, the last half an hour before I went to bed, I had classical music on and I was knitting peacefully, joyfully on my sweater. So it wasn't, like I know sometimes I have trouble falling asleep if I've read up to the minute and, whatever. Okay, our person is back. I'm going to go figure out how to get rid of him. I'm assuming it's a him. I mean, really. Um, well, I'm glad we haven't had that before. I was able to hide that guy, but it was a different channel than the other guy. Very weird. I don't understand people. Just trying to wreck our morning coffee. They're just trying to wreck our morning coffee. It's a shame. But I do not accept that kind of horrifying energy into my life. And I'm sorry for you who are watching who have to see that. Anyway, I'm thinking that I'm going to go take Dennis a coffee, and I'm thinking that I might just delete this video. I'll see what I can do. I might just delete this video and just do a regular video after I take Dennis's coffee. We'll see what I can figure out, but that was terrible. Why would people do that? Okay. Anyway, for those of you who I love, I'm sorry you had to see that, and I'm going to go. I'm going to go and figure out how to keep trolls off my channel. I have no idea. I don't even know if you can do that. I mean, I guess maybe I just need to be quicker, because when I tapped on it, I was able to like block the second one. So maybe I just have to be quicker. I hope this is just random and it's not somebody who like, and there were 2 different channels. So it's like somebody who's got this range of channels so that they can go and harass people on YouTube. And a troll, for sure. But, I feel sorry for people like that. I mean, good morning, B. We just had a horrible person on, so I may be deleting this video. Unless I can figure out what to do about it. Anyway, but meanwhile, back at the ranch, those of you who are my lovely people, I hope you have a wonderful day. And, yeah, be careful. Please be careful. Be good to yourself. Stay safe and stay sane.